our
Ooh, we're recording already. Woo!
Yeah, we turned it on, so we are recording.
Okay.
Everybody can still see the backgrounds there. So welcome,
Yes.
everybody.
Yep.
I'm glad to have
Thomas, you're very close to me. I'm in Mount Prospect while you're in Des Plaines. So
Oh,
Very
hi.
close.
And I'm in the northwest corner of the Plains too, so we're probably a stone's throw away from each other.
across the street. All right.
exactly, pretty close. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, we're just
So-
noted that
so
a couple people that usually come here aren't going to make it. We got one person that's sick, up there in Illinois. So I think you guys know Norman.
Yeah,
says
he's out sick, so
Yeah.
hoping he gets well quickly.
Yeah, we have a few people that, seem to have been here for every one of these community social events. And
Yep.
we're certainly glad to have them, glad to have all of you with us too.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Ooh, I love your background, Thomas. That's gorgeous. Love sunsets. Melanie, I told you I liked yours the last time, so I don't have to tell you again. I still like it.
Well, thank you.
So it is starting to get colder for most people, right? Like the
Yeah.
cooler
Yeah.
temperatures are setting in.
It
Okay.
is. Fall is here.
I do like fall. That fall makes me feel more positive. I know in
Wow.
fall, yes, I know in fall with the with the here in Michigan sometimes it's gloomy and overcast, but who doesn't love a nice fall, fall day with crisp weather and crunchy leaves and all of that. So very much
I'm-
looking
I'm
thought it
hoping
was
for pretty
spring.
colors on the leaves. That's what I always love is the
Right.
bright reds and the yellows and all the vibrant colors. Not sure how it'll be after this strange weather year. So
it
Good
has
for
been
us.
a strange
Hello,
weather.
Kathy's in. So we got someone else just came in. Welcome.
Welcome. Yeah. So, Kathy Warren, are any of these recipes that we're going to discuss tonight, any of them pertain to fall weather, or are they?
Oh, well, all I can say is when I think of fall weather, I think of comfort food. And
Okay.
I do believe we will be succeeding in that category. So comfort food for me, it depends on what your definition of comfort food is. but-
Okay.
well, with it being fall though, hot chocolate seems appropriate for the cool nights. And I love hot chocolate, and that goes along with one of our themes. So
Yes,
It
that's
does.
very
It
true.
does.
Very
Um,
true.
So,
And for-
so fun.
And speaking of themes, this is our social event is a tri-chapter social event with Kathy being out of Southeast Michigan, Marcy being out of Chicagoland, Aaron and I out of the Bluegrass chapter. And so we like to get together and come up with these social events that vary in the collaborative games, but mostly or typically focus on food, recipes, having fun, and collaborative games, of course, because we do want to make this somewhat educational. We could make it fully, but we tend to steer away from that a little bit. So
it's a hybrid, just like hybrid
it is
agile.
a hybrid because it's a social event, right? It's about building your community, meeting new people, making new friends,
Mhm.
letting people get to know us outside of just a chapter event. And so you're always welcome to join us and bring lots of other people, join our chapters for any of the events. Everybody has some really great programs, which at the end of this, we typically talk about what some of those are. So we won't get into that. But so it's about 10 after. So I will kick off what tonight's themes are about, and then everybody has the ability to get a background. I put in the chat where you can download the ones that Aaron makes each time, and they are amazing. And so the themes are, because it is a day for each of these, and Kathy and Mercy will talk about them in more detail, is peanuts, chocolate, and positive thinking celebration. So Kathy, do you want to talk about chocolate and peanut?
I
Yes.
certainly can. I am going to share my screen because I just have a little too much fun
Are you,
on the
Kathy's the
internet.
overachiever here.
No, not really.
And here. And
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now, there we go. Okay. So, as a preface, those who know me know that I have the unstable internet. So, if I freeze, Marcy, Steph,
Did you say when you
well,
freeze?
oh, did I
That's not
say
positive
when?
thinking.
Did
You said if, so
Well,
I'm just trying to lighten the mood.
depends on your definition of positive. What kind of positive are we? So we're gonna go for this because it's food and food
Mhm.
is fun. So
We're
in
positive
going
you're gonna
with
stay
our
here this whole time.
no kidding. So to start things off, chocolate. Today is actually International Chocolate Day. I think it needs more than one day, but okay, we'll deal with just one. So had fun on the internet. Love all of these. They seem to be my mantra and every day. And I have to say, I hadn't seen this one before. Chocolate is the answer. Who cares what the question is?
I need this slide, Kathy, because I want to frame it.
I think it's appropriate. So I have a question for the audience though, to go along with the chocolate theme is whose birthday that's kind of related to the whole chocolate theme is today, September 13th. Does anyone know whose birthday is today?
Willy Wonka.
You know? Oh, Willy Wonka.
Daffy
love
Duck.
that. Could be. You're getting closer.
Hey, like my Daffy Duck.
Right. See, there you go.
Well, today, actually, I did not know this. Fun with the internet is Milton Hershey's birthday.
Woo.
Oh,
How
Who
appropriate.
knew?
I
Do you
wonder if
think
that's
it's
how we
related
got
to
today.
day?
Well, okay, and there's the fun with the internet. It sounds like this was just a happy coincidence. I
Okay.
don't know. Depends on which site you read. But 1857. Wow.
Wow.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys have ever seen the PBS series that it kind of does the food history of America.
Okay.
Fascinating seeing the cutthroat business of the chocolate industry back when they were making Hershey and Mars and all that. I mean, really, really fascinating how these guys started and backstabbed. And I'm surprised we have chocolate after all I heard they went through. But
cutthroat, huh?
kind
Is
of
that
fun.
like
Very
left side or
cutthroat.
right side?
I know, left side, right side. Which side are you on? So we'll have
So is
fun with
Milton-
chocolate.
Is Milton Hershey?
It's a Twix
fine?
bar, right? The left
Yeah.
side, the right side. Okay.
yep.
Okay, and just to go, you can say that I watch too much TV and look at the internet too much, but my favorite commercial now, I don't know if you guys have seen it in your area, is you have two twin brothers, long hair, in outdoor clothes, sitting on a log, each holding a Twix bar, and they're trying to figure out which side is better, left or right. And then the screen pans back, and now you see two bears looking at the two humans,
I have
going,
seen
left or right? I just lost it when I saw that one.
I hope we get that one in my area. That one would make me laugh. I haven't seen that.
Oh,
That was
I've seen
hilarious.
it. It's hilarious. Yeah.
I thought one cracked me up. My husband and I were sitting there watching it, not really following it until you see the bears, and then we just lost it.
Yeah.
So to
It's funny.
follow on, yeah, it is
Mhm.
too fun, too fun.
Makes you feel sorry
so
for the guys, doesn't it?
for the brothers of the Twix bars, I don't know.
Not
We
likely
look
to
alike.
notice
We look
that.
alike to everyone else.
or the brother that can't escape faster, right? Because at that point, it's like
Yeah,
who is no longer looking and who is finding an exit strategy.
Yes.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
you don't have to run faster than the bear. You just have to run faster than your
Faster.
brother.
That's right.
Mm.
We know where that brotherly love is. So if chocolate isn't enough, today is also National Peanut Day. So I have to ask the question with everybody on, are you team creamy or team crunchy when it comes to peanut butter?
Are you allowed to just say yes? Because I love them both, depending. If my dad's
go with
around, it'll be
crunchy.
creamy. If it's just me, it'll be crunchy, you know.
They're both good.
Go with
Yeah.
crunchy.
Mhm.
It's
My
too fun.
preference would be crunchy for myself, but sometimes
Right.
for cooking and stuff, the creamy is better. So
I
That's
know.
true. That's true.
I know.
So
Um,
it depends.
Yeah.
It depends.
Peanut butter
like-
cookies,
Yeah.
I like that
crunchy. Or...
answer.
Okay.
Mhm.
I like that answer.
that's why my
Um,
answer was yes.
Mhm.
Appropriate answer. Very appropriate answer.
Okay.
So peanut question. We have a couple. How many peanuts does it take to make a 12-ounce jar of peanut butter?
Ooh, that's a good
Mm.
question.
Very good.
I did not know this. I never inquired about this before either,
Mhm.
but who knew?
50,
Higher than 50.
350. I said 350.
Oh, 350.
Mhm.
Sorry.
350.
Higher
Am I
than-
cl-
Higher than
1,000?
350.
Higher?
Okay.
Lower than
500?
1,000. I'm sorry, what was that last one?
500?
500. Bingo, bingo. We have a winner.
Woo!
Really?
Wow.
Wow.
That's a
Awesome.
lot of peanuts. I didn't have any idea that.
Yeah, that's a
knew?
lot. Mhm.
And if that isn't enough, who knew there was this world's largest peanut in the United States here? And who knew that there was a controversy of who
Mhm.
has the world's largest peanut? Again, didn't know. Durant, Oklahoma, or Ashburn, Georgia?
Mhm.
And is that a replica of said peanut?
That's an excellent question, and I did not. I believe they are referring to the size of the peanut on the statue. I believe.
Okay. That makes
It
sense.
kinda
Because I was
looks
going to
like
say
a
that's an awful big
gravestone.
peanut, but you know.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So this picture, there's actually a controversy. There is not a definitive answer. It depends on who you know and where you live.
Mhm.
Durant, Oklahoma is the home of this lovely statue. How they came up with this, I have no clue. Ashburn, Georgia, however, feels that they compete for this. I could not find a picture. Perhaps you might get it in the wrap-up email for this. Apparently, they have an even larger peanut than that on
Oh,
the side of a building somewhere in Ashburn, Georgia. Who knew?
I guess we need to
Mhm.
do a road trip, go to both places and measure their peanuts.
Right.
What can we
Yeah.
say?
No, doesn't that
I'd
sound
like-
like a billboard
Mhm.
sign? You know, world's
does.
largest peanut,
Mhm.
exit
Yep.
here. You know,
Yep.
I'd like to change
Mhm.
my answer on the how many peanuts does it take in a 12-ounce jar of peanut butter. I'd like to change my answer now. Because
okay,
I'd
and
like
the
to say
answer would be
less than one.
Yeah, if it's that big, yeah.
based on that one.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
mean, we don't have a
I-
tape measure, but it's looking pretty large. So I'm going
Mhm.
to say less than one.
yeah.
There
oh
you
my
go.
gosh, too
Mhm.
funny. So with that, I am going to stop my screen share, and I am
Mhm.
going to pass it over to Marcy to have her talk to us about our third theme for tonight.
Our third theme today is what we've already been experiencing. I think it's National Positivity Day. Research shows, and it's a proven fact, that people who are positive do better in life. I mean, think about it. If you're always dwelling in the negative, it's hard to move ahead. It's hard to not get bogged down. But if you can see the bright side of things and you can laugh at yourself, I have to do a lot of laughing at myself. It makes it easier to move forward, and it also can help other people as well. So that is kind of why I think they put National Positivity Day out there. It is actually on the national calendar. There is a national calendar. I get the email from them every day that tells me what each day is. And if anyone's interested, I'm putting the
Ooh.
link in the chat because it is kind of fun seeing all the different things each day is. I kind of laugh. Sometimes I actually have to click on the email because it will have links to each item for the day. And I like to click on the links because some of them I don't actually know what they are. I'm giving a link from yesterday, but you can go in and do the current day at any time. I haven't got today's yet. So the one that I get today for tomorrow, but it is fun. I've learned a lot through it simply because some of the days I don't recognize. And I thought National Positivity Day was a really huge one because it is true. You know, there's sayings that go back way back when, you know, you catch more flies with honey, etc. So that being said, I have a little exercise for us to try to get us all in that positive frame of mind. It is going to be a positive meditation. Some of you may love this, some of you may hate it, but it won't last that long. So we are going to focus on being positive for a few seconds. And I just am pulling up the right thing from my 20 things that are up. And if you're comfortable doing this, you may close your eyes and breathe deeply during this. I'm going to ask that as you breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, you think, may I be happy and peaceful. As you breathe out, 1, 2, 3, 4, let all those negative items go. As you breathe in, may I be free from fear and suffering. As you breathe out, let the fear and suffering go. As you breathe in, may I live with love and compassion. As you breathe out, let go of those times when you don't feel love and compassion. As you breathe in, may I be fully awakened and be free. As you breathe out, let all of those things weighing you down go. As you breathe in, visualize a leaf floating on a stream. As you breathe out, the leaf floats away with all those negative things. As you breathe in, take in how beautiful the day is. As you breathe out, again, release anything negative. As we wrap up this meditation, think of the things that have happened to you today that are good. As you breathe out, let go of the ones that weren't so good, because there's always another day. That concludes this part of our meditation. I hope you enjoyed that.
That was
did.
very
You may now
nice.
open your eyes.
Very
You
good.
have calmed me down, Marcy.
Yes.
There's
Or
something
Rev-
about that slow breathe in and slow
Yeah.
breathe out that makes you just stop and take account.
I actually, this is actually a tool in my BA toolkit. It's not in the IIBA BABOK or anything. But one of the things I found when my team starts getting stressed out or bogged down is I will actually, maybe not the one I did here because it's a little bit more relaxed atmosphere, but I will do a similar one where I just have them breathe in and out and think about how well we work as a team, how well we come together to overcome obstacles. And I do the same breathing with them. And usually if I do that with the team, we come back to kind of a calm, even plane, and we can start again and get through whatever it is that's bogging us down. So for me, it is actually a really good tool. And I learned it through my company. We have, they do, our wellness champions do mindful meditations 2 days a week for a half hour, and we have yoga sessions 2 days a week. one of them's 45 minutes and one of them's a half hour. And I try to go to all of those during our lunch hour. And I've learned some of these tips. I modified one of the ones that I was given for this session tonight, but I find them very helpful. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that.
We completely did.
I will stick with eating a lot of chocolate and peanuts to have positive.
Well,
They have
remember,
chocolate has good antioxidants, so it's good
Breathe
for
on.
you.
Well, I have some delicious things in front of me that a wonderful person sent to me. And so every time you told me to breathe in, I got this waif of it. So
Bingo. And my fur
I'm
baby
good.
is anxiously awaiting her special treat as well. She got her first one yesterday and was thrilled, but she's got one waiting for her today too. So,
oh
I'm good.
man.
and she just woke up
Man.
and she's staring at me in my lap.
Yeah, she's like, wait, I smell something, Mom.
I saw
I
we
see
got
what
something going
that
on.
is.
There. Oh my gosh.
So,
that's too
so
fun.
when we think about amazing like waifs of treats, Kathy, do you want to kick off the recipe section? Because I know
I
you have a lot of
will.
amazing theme-esque recipes to share with us.
Yes. And what better way to start than decadent chocolate? And chocolate's not enough. Chocolate's not enough. So we went chocolate. So if you, I was visiting my mom last week, and she always holds her Food Network magazines for me, so I can peruse them. Well, the powers to be above that know more of what's going on than I do, knew what was going on, because what was in this month's magazine? Chocolate. So amazing. So
Perfect month.
yeah. Some of these recipes are a little, I'll be honest, I've never made ganache. One of these days I got to make ganache. I just like saying that word. But
I've
this one
eaten it,
just,
but I've never made it.
I have never made it. So I'm not going to read through it. It's a little fuzzy on there. If it's fuzzy in what I send out, I'll give you guys the link so you have it. But it just looks decadent. I have a very good friend who has transitioned from being a special needs teacher to being a baker. So she has a bakery business called Nibbles, which I just love. And she
Great
makes
name.
the most, yeah,
That is a
she
great
makes
name.
the most decadent treats. And it's a really good thing she lives about an hour away from me. Otherwise, it would not be good. It just would not be good, because I'd want to be your taste tester every day. So this one was just yummy. Has anybody had any tried doing the multi-layer cakes? I mean, I've done 2-layer. I'll be honest, that's probably about my limit. Has anyone had luck
Yes,
doing multiple
I
layers?
have, but this one looks really delicious.
Doesn't it just look yummy? So when you do the layers, do you take, like, if you have a round one, do you make like a regular 8 or 9 inch round tin cake and slice it in half so that the layers are thinner?
Yeah, so I make two sponges and then slice them in half, and I do 4 layers. Sorry, can't pronounce it.
That just sounds yummy.
So good.
This is going to be my try when we get socked in Michigan winter.
This looks delicious.
It just looks yummy. Chocolate. So to
You
continue
could say I'm
on,
drooling on my screen, because I am.
well, and the triple chocolate continues. So now there's triple chocolate cookies.
Oh.
Same kind of fun. They're using the bittersweet chocolate chips, white chocolate chips, and milk chocolate chips, and even semi-sweet. So honestly, there's a little bit more. And if that's not enough, throw in cocoa powder, because why not?
Wow.
So all I can say is I need to get a whole gallon of milk if I'm going to make these. So those were very, very yummy.
Absolutely.
And then I have never seen this before, and I'm desperately afraid to try this. Triple chocolate cinnamon rolls.
Oh, wow.
That sounds good.
Oh
That's
my
amazing.
word. It
That looks
just,
Yeah.
dangerous.
yeah. Yeah. So again, I'm going to have all these in the wrap up email for you guys. If you try them, throw us back an email, or put it on LinkedIn or something. If you liked it, you didn't. Way too
Wow.
decadent, not decadent enough. So that's fun with triple chocolate. So then after all this food that we're eating, we need to be able to have a few things to wash it down. Again, you can tell this the Food Network magazine was spot on. Frozen candy bar mudslide. So Aaron, I thought of you
Ooh.
wanting that Snickers bar, and I'm like, okay, we have to put this in there. I do enjoy Bailey's, and I'm not a coffee person, but I do like Kahlua.
Me
That's
too.
about as coffee as I go. Whiskey and bourbon, not my daily drink, but if there's enough Bailey's and Kahlua,
It could
I
be
think it would
delicious.
slide down.
Wow,
fine.
that would
Yeah.
certainly have a little bit of a kick with 3 different liquors in it.
Yes, and why not just toss on, some chopped up candy? Why not?
Yes,
Um,
exactly.
No
so
reason not to.
this whole thing, and this is just another case where you never really understand the path you're on until you're on it. So again, last week, not only did I get the Food Network magazine from my mother, but my husband and I were visiting our boat in Lake Norris in Tennessee, outside of Knoxville, and they have this. And again, I'm not a heavy liquor drinker, but I've always wanted to go into the liquor barn. So we made a trip into the liquor barn this time. And inside there, again, something I hadn't seen before, but they actually have vodka infused whipping cream.
Ooh.
So there's like a
Ooh.
vanilla whipping cream that's vodka infused, and like a caramel, sea salt caramel. There was another one, I think it was more coffee. Again, I'm not a coffee huge fan. So of course I had to bring home the vanilla and the caramel. So have not tried them, but I'm thinking, Marcy, you were mentioning hot chocolate. I'm like, oh, now that could be
that could be dangerous.
That could work.
that
And
could
we
be
actually,
dangerous.
that's a good segue into, we had a hot chocolate posted in our chat.
Oh,
Oh.
sweet.
One. So,
Oh, excellent.
yes,
Okay,
so-
I
Yeah, I like Thomas's recipe in the chat.
uh-huh.
oh,
Irish hot chocolate.
excellent.
1
Oh,
cup
good.
of hot chocolate, 1 ounce of whiskey.
1
I
ounce
will
of whiskey.
also say
There
I've
you
done
go.
the same thing
Or
with
two.
Or two.
yeah,
Or
exactly.
2.
Or two.
I've done the same thing with Bailey's or with Kahlua.
Oh
It
yeah.
works that way
Okay,
too.
okay. The Kahlua, yeah, the Kahlua is nice. It gets you in trouble.
I actually got the Bailey's one from an animal
Oh,
shelter,
cool.
did a fundraiser, and they had different baked goods. It was in the fall, and their drinks were either hot cider or hot chocolate with Bailey's. So that was the first time I'd had that. And then I came home and
Wow.
recreated it.
I was going to say you
Hot-
came home with a couple extra dogs after having a couple of those.
That was their intention. And they did have quite a few get adopted that day. I was volunteering that day and I was laughing. I'm going, okay, we know the ulterior motive here. See positivity. Make people positive. When they're relaxed and happy, they're going to take a dog or a cat.
And donate more to the shelter. So
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
smart
better.
people.
Even
Well,
better.
in line with one of the backgrounds that Steph and I are having, I had to find one of these. And this one was not on the Food
Ooh.
Network. It was in Preppy Kitchen. Another fun thing if you're ever
Mm.
looking for something. So this one was fun. I think I would have to do many tries.
Ooh, I like that one.
The drizzled chocolate inside. I think
Oh,
mine
yeah.
would just look lumpy, but you have to kind of try several times, right? to get the recipe
Yeah.
right.
You could just do the whole Coppin chocolate. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having too much chocolate.
True.
And I love the way they describe this. The ultra chocolatey martini is what a dessert cocktail dreams are made of. I'm like,
Oh, that looks
okay.
delicious.
I'm there.
So again,
so
Vanilla
there.
vodka. Woo.
yeah, vanilla vodka. Now I see a
Mhm.
ton of different vodkas. Again, I'm not hardcore, but some when you put in vanilla or sea salt
Vanilla
caramel,
is
I'm-
good. Vanilla vodka is good because in Michigan we have Boston coolers, like with Verner's from the, Halo Burger, right? And so Halo Burger has a Boston cooler, which is Verner's, and a vanilla like ice cream. So
Mhm.
if you take that and you add vanilla vodka to it,
yum.
see where I'm going? Then you're
I'm drooling
enhancing
here.
the vanilla
Yum.
flavor. I know that's not
Mhm.
chocolatey. I mean, you could put some chocolate with it.
Well, but you know,
It's
you can,
Verner's, but
you
so
can.
Mhm.
Oh,
I
and
recommend that.
I had
Kathy,
to
you
check.
keep
I had to
saying-
check. I had one more. So,
Kathy,
yes.
You can keep saying you're not hardcore, you don't drink a lot and all of that.
Does
You're
it
not
sound like it's a
hardcore.
lie? Does it? Am I trying to convince myself? Maybe.
I was just wondering if you found your boat
No.
in Tennessee.
Are you?
I mean,
Um,
did that actually happen?
Mhm.
yeah. It was fun when you see the liquor. I should have had a picture of the liquor barn.
Mhm.
When you see the liquor barn, and
Mhm.
it's kind of like it's not as extensive as Bucky's.
Mhm.
Okay.
For those of you that have a Bucky's on your path around your
Mhm.
travels, Bucky's has an amazing marketing campaign because they start advertising for their huge gas station, basically is what
Right.
it is, 100 miles out. So
Mhm.
at 100 miles out, Bucky's, 100 miles, next exit.
Right. Yeah.
And,
Mhm.
they have a ton of these. So the liquor barn does not start 100 miles away from Caryville, Tennessee, but there is one, and I always look for it. I'm like, oh, the liquor barn. So I made it to the liquor barn.
Mhm.
So yeah,
I'm
apparently,
kind of wishing we had one here in Michigan,
I know.
Kathy.
See, you're
They're
proving my
building one
point,
where
Kathy.
I know, Aaron, I can't stop saying the word liquor. We should have been counting. How many times does Kathy
Oh
say
no, that could have been
liquor
a
in
prize.
an hour and a half?
That could have been a prize.
Then we're
Could have been a
definitely gonna
prize.
say you're protesting too much.
I do believe. I know.
Yeah,
Well, it's all
congestion
kind of
doesn't go.
medicinal anyway,
It
you
is.
know?
I know.
It's,
Yep.
I know.
yeah.
So
Mhm.
now we have. I love this recipe from Marcy because we're starting to do the transition from one theme into our second theme,
Mhm.
and she gave us this amazing pecan chip pie recipe,
Mhm.
which sounds extremely decadent. And
Yes.
I love your notes, especially the one, bake it until the knife comes out clean, but it may not
Mhm.
happen with all those chocolates. Excellent point.
Especially if you do it the
Marcy.
way we do. We put in extra chocolate chips, as the note says. The other thing I have done to modify, this is my mom's recipe. If you want to make it even more decadent, I use an Oreo crust.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yum,
Oh.
yum.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
And if you want the shortcut, they actually sell the Oreo crust, but I actually crush the Oreos and do it myself. But you can buy an Oreo crust. And that also works really, really, really well.
Overachievers here. Overachievers.
Wow.
Oh,
So again, how much milk does one need to have a piece of this pecan
Mhm.
chip pie?
You need a large glass of milk, I would say.
Mhm.
And you can substitute ice cream for the whipped cream as well. So,
Oh,
but
yum. That
and
would be
whatever
good.
flavor you choose. We usually use vanilla, but
So do you guys
anything
make
goes.
this? Do you guys make this at the holidays, or you just make
Yes.
it on a
In my
random
family
Wednesday?
for Thanksgiving, when it was the whole family, my aunts and uncles and the cousins and stuff, my grandma made apple because she always made it off the apples from her tree. She made pumpkin. She made cherry from the cherries from her tree. However,
Oh.
my family had to bring the pecan chip pie. So we always had 4 pies.
Wow.
And
I've
there was
never
a
heard of
major
that.
fight for who got what. So we usually brought more than one of each because one wasn't enough for, 12 or 14 people.
Mhm.
Oh my
Not if you like
goodness.
pie.
And I
Oh
answered
my
that, which
goodness.
pie do you want? The same way I answered the peanut butter one. Yes.
Mhm.
My grandma never asked me. She used to just cut me a small wedge of each because she knew there was no point in asking. I wanted them all.
Mhm.
Well,
Exactly.
that's the way to do it.
Yep.
The way to do it.
Mhm.
Unless your grandma has a sense of humor, like my father used to, when we'd ask for, a small piece, he would basically cut the center out of the pie or the cake or whatever and scoop you out that little center piece. And we're going, seriously, Dad? Seriously. Just ruined the pie.
Mhm.
Oh,
That was our
Mhm.
fun.
But it would
Um,
taste the same, so that works.
It
I
did.
manage.
Mhm.
It really did. And honestly, when you cut the center out, it's an excellent tip. When you cut that center piece out, it makes getting the other pieces out a whole lot easier.
oh yeah, that's
Mhm.
true.
Good, that's
with
true.
the
Because I always
Yeah.
had trouble
staying in
getting
there.
that first piece out.
I
Mhm.
know.
So
But
he,
who knew?
a man ahead of his times.
Yeah, who knew?
Mhm.
Who knew? Tips by Dad.
No.
So there we have our chocolate set. And Thomas, thank you for your hot chocolate. That's always an awesome way to add things. So if you
I'm
guys
happy.
have any favorite chocolate recipes, you can throw them in the chat. You can send any of us a link or the recipe, and I'll include them. So what we do, that when we do our wrap up email, you'll have this PowerPoint and it'll have all the recipes in there. And again, I'll make sure that that all those really small print from the Food Network are readable, or you know where to find it on the internet. So,
Perfect.
but yay to chocolate. I agree. Sam.
Yay.
Yay to chocolate.
Definitely one of my favorite foods. That's all I can say.
It definitely is.
It's one of the major
Definitely
food
is.
groups, isn't it?
It is.
In my
It
book, it
should
is.
be.
Yes.
I thought
It
it was all the
absolutely
major
should.
food groups.
That's how
No
you roll right
kidding.
there. Exactly. Well, speaking of rolling, we're going to roll on into the next item on our agenda. And we're going to get into a little bit of the IIBA with techniques, and we're going to talk about a couple, we're going to actually talk about one that's discussed in by IIBA in 2 different areas. And so it is the collaborative games technique. And so tonight we're going to play a collaborative game after I explain what the actual IIBA technique is. So if you're a POA, and I'm pretty sure we have a couple POAs here, raise your hand.
POA PM.
That's
Yep.
product ownership analysis. If
Yep.
you know
Certification.
the
So
acronym.
I think there's
Still
more
working
than
on that
2.
part.
More than 2, but what do I know? So from the POA, when they talk about collaborative games, the purpose in its 6.3, okay, and collaborative games encourage participants to collectively build shared understanding, trust, and team spirit. And the games can be used for elicitation, prioritization, risk assessment, knowledge sharing, problem solving, decision making, and planning. So we're going to play a little bit of a collaborative game. We do have 2 breakout rooms that you would see in Zoom. One is called customers and one is called development team. And then we're going to split apart to do that. And this game is called the Buckeye game. And I'm not going to tell you what the Buckeye is, right? So you can think about our themes that we're talking about. You can think about areas that we live in, however you want to think about it. And I'm going to put in the chat right now. And then once you get into the room, Kathy and Aaron are going to be in the development team room, and Marcy and I are going to be in the customer room. So we're going to do activities related to what the development team would do with the product owner with these, and then we're going to talk about what the customer wants with the project manager in the other room. So do you guys want me to just read them out loud before we pop in and then start chit-chatting about, what we would develop from it and what the customer wants? Yeah, I'll
Sure.
just do that. Okay, so first off, the product must maintain its regional branding. Regional branding. The product must be able to travel well and retain its original shape. The product flavor profile must maintain consistency when displayed or sampled. And the product may be adjusted based on the regional temperature. So with that,
Everyone got your thinking caps on.
got your thinking caps on. It's called the Buckeye game. Buckeye, not Bucky. It's not a gas station. It's a Buckeye.
Good clarification.
I just want
Yes,
to make
although
sure.
I have to laugh. Bucky is building one down where I vacation. They've been putting it every step of the build, and they're not going to be open for another year and a half.
Oh dear.
In every media source down there, because I take their paper down there, and I'm laughing,
Ugh.
going, "Today we're closing the road so that we can break ground for Bucky's." I'm like,
Hey,
"Oh
by
my
the time
gosh,
it by the
okay."
time it happens, people are going to feel like they've been shopping there for years.
Yep.
Okay, so we need 2 people to go into the customer room and 2 into, or the breakout room, and 2 into the development team. Does anybody have a preference? I mean, you just want to go into one, and if you find that Thomas, Melanie, Charlene, and Kathy, that there's too many in one, you pop out to the other?
Yeah,
Sounds
you
good.
can do that. The rooms are set up
Yeah.
that you can move in and out as you wish. For
Yep.
those that have not used Zoom breakout rooms, if it's not on the bottom of your window, it's because your window's too narrow. You can't see all the icons down there. But over on the right, there'll be the 3 horizontal dots. They call it ellipse. So if you click on that, you'll see a pop-up and your breakout rooms will be in there. So once you click on the breakout rooms, it'll show you the 2 rooms and give you a join button that you can join either room.
And we're going to spend about 5 minutes there. And if we get done early, then one Aaron or Kathy or Marcy or I will pop into the other room and say, hey, we're done, and let's wrap up. And then we're going to talk about it. We're going to do, and this game is an iterative game, meaning you typically do multiple cycles of it. And then we're just going to do one iteration. I'm going to explain that all afterwards, like how you could continue rolling with this game. So we're going to do one iteration of this game. So we will meet in the collective rooms, and then we'll meet back here afterwards and talk about what we learned and have some fun with what everybody came up with.